Hey, what's up, people? Just wanted to do a discussion on standards, and I think I'm going to do it's kind of like a series of like men of substance series about maintaining value, becoming higher value by your own standards. So I'm going to be putting out PDFs in the group, and I did take the advice of I know the car, being in the darkness of the car. I thought about, I do have a desk, but I'm like, it's going to be looking at a blank wall. So I'm going to still be doing them in the car, but in a couple weeks, I don't know how long it's going to take me, a couple months maybe. I'm going to be doing them outside. There's a place near where I live has a great shot of the city skyline. It's going to be kind of like RSD-esque video. So I appreciate that these videos will get better. But okay, so on the PDF, I figured might as well break down, what's the most important things in our lives, and that's obviously wealth, health, and relationships. I didn't add happiness. I mean, I don't know if that's getting redundant, but if you guys would like that on all the PDFs, that section, because I figure, the three main groups, if you're not doing well in them, that's going to really kill your happiness. But all right, so under wealth, I put, you got two boxes. I got daily habits and then boundaries. So, what should the standard of wealth be? I really feel like that's up to each individual, because I can make a really good argument of living a minimalist lifestyle and, working part-time or getting an easy job. For instance, I had a medical courier job, independent contractor. Unfortunately, got deactivated because I stopped using it. But that job right there, all that was is fucking delivering medication from point A to point B, and that was a $50,000 a year job right there. I mean, it's gonna be like 6 to 8 hours of driving a day, but as long as you're not doing anything crazy, just make sure you get the medication to the people who need it. Listen to your fucking podcast or whatever while you're driving. So something like that. I know how people live making 40, 30, 20,000 a year. That shit is like a godsend compared to those jobs. But I think the science of it is after 80 grand, you really don't feel that much more happiness. Probably now after inflation, it might be up to 90, 100 grand. So, but if that's, something that you're lacking in of importance, I mean, you can contact me. I know every fucking independent contractor job available. I've been looking through them all. You're pretty much guaranteed. You have to work it out for your area to be able to make 70,000. If you're a real hustler, 100 grand. But that's working a lot of hours. But so if you live in the United States, you're pretty much set up now on the independent contractor route. So in the wealth, you have skills too, so that would be something to be concerned about. So I put boundaries in there. I was trying to think of a word, because this is going to affect us all. Like, if you got a shit job, fuck them. Some of these jobs, I'm just like, fuck this. I'm not doing this shit for 9 to 5, man. I ain't fucking, having to get up early, work my ass off for low pay, and then just a toxic environment. So that's why I went independent contractor route. Should you? Probably not. That's just me being professional. Much could be much better, but just things to think about, right? So, you got your habits and your boundaries. For me, I just keep constantly searching. If you go to Google, you type in like independent contractor, put in jobs or whatever thing you're searching. Uh, Google has a section where they scan a whole bunch of fucking employment sites, so you don't have to. You get to see multiple ones. I think Indeed is kind of like that too. Obviously, for the professional route, is LinkedIn, right? So, what's up, Sean? Yeah. So those things, which did seem difficult for me before, without having a real good resume, that used to hurt me, but now I know what all the options are. All right, so then we go over to health. You got the daily habits under that, and you got the boundaries for that. So health, that's another one of these things. I guess the greatest standard is, are you able to do what you want to? Do you have enough energy? So if you don't have the energy to live your life to the fullest, then obviously your health hasn't reached that standard. So that would be one, I think, a general one that everybody can agree with. On the wealth side is, can you afford to live? That's probably a standard. You don't have to borrow money. You don't need to live with your parents, et cetera, et cetera. So on the health stuff, for me, because of pain, and I think it's a good idea not to get like me and to get in so much pain I get forced to do shit, right? So I know I tracked for probably the last month and a half, but it might even be 2 months. I've just been doing chin-ups all day. Stretch out my spine because I got bad spine pain. It helps my pain every day. I probably shouldn't have waited this long till the pain got so bad. I gotta, be forced to do this every day, but it's working out good. I'm getting stronger by the day. A couple days ago, I did 15 chin-ups, which is pretty impressive for a guy my size. I'm not that low on body fat, and I feel real strong. Still have some back pain, but it's easing. And then, for the boundaries, I've been thinking about it. For me, there's no point in for me drinking liquor anymore. For some of the other guys, just drink one drink, 2 drinks. I'm just like, it's too unhealthy. It fucks up my next day. I have a tendency to get carried away, and then I got a sluggish day next day. So I'm just cutting out fucking liquor. And then on the beer, I'm not going above 6%. I actually might change that maybe to 5.5 or 5%. Anything above 6%, you can, it can get like drinking liquor. So I know some of these 7% microbrews, you can't even taste that they're that high. You drink 4 and you're blasted. But yeah, so I don't know what your boundaries on that are. And so then, yes, then we have the mental health, which I guess I'll put that over relationships. But so the physical health. So that's what I'm going to be doing. We're getting the mirror, have these standards. It's going to be the baseline. And I look forward to what do you guys think are the standards for your life that you're not going to allow to cross. And then so with relationships, the daily habits of that, improving relationships, very in-depth topic, and that we all really get into, especially when it comes to with women, and what that's going to be. So this is a good standard for me because I just recently, it was on Facebook, I read, I don't participate in a lot of these groups, but I keep seeing like Red Pill group, I signed up for a long time ago, then a PUA group, but the PUA group, the guy has approached, I was just reading this, the guy approached like 80 women in the mall and asked them for directions to someplace in the mall, then was like, well, I guess the only thing to ask now is, let me get your phone number. And he did this 80 times with no success. I respect the man's balls, because most guys don't have that big of fucking balls, right? But I just feel like this kind of stuff is not reaching a standard of communication that's going to be good for relationships. I mean, um, I understand throwing Hail Marys, but repeating the same thing over, over. I don't see, I'm not a routine guy. So you got to have there has to be a standard of communication, and I'm sure that's where we're going to get a lot of discussions at. Um, for me, my whole standard, of course, I'm not really interested in too many dating right now, or with women. I want to handle my wealth side, and then when I move, uh, hopefully it's going to be in a downtown area. So then I'll get to that. But some of these habits, which we could go over to friends and business and the relationships, would be going to these groups, starting groups, communicating with the people you like and resonate with on a daily basis, and on the boundary side, cutting out these people who aren't good for you. What's the point? You just want to argue with people. It's just exhausting. I don't feel like I'm too old. I don't have time for it anymore. Um, yeah, I mean, so in the boundaries for me, I got to stop dating crazy women. I can't be getting, I got to check myself on, like, okay, if she's a little off, but she's a very sexual person. I don't want the baggage anymore that comes with some of these just dysfunctional relationships. So, when I get a red flag, I don't think there's anything to say to a woman or even a potential friend or business. There's nothing to say. I mean, I'm tired of arguing with people. I'm just like, all right, I'm out. Not, no hard feelings. I just don't think this is going to work out, and just bounce. Yeah, I think I generally covered it. If I haven't, please just put down in the comments. And this is for people in the Facebook group. But if you see this outside the Facebook group, put it in the YouTube. You can comment on YouTube channel. And if you want the PDF, it's very basic. It's really for me. You can put it on your mirror, fill it out yourself if some use to you. Just join the Facebook group, and I'll put that in the comments. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.